Not opening up Spotify again. Is it gonna show up? Is it gonna show up on either OBS or Streamlabs? That would be a no. That would be a no, guys. This is a problem. Hey, that's less of a problem. No, it's a problem. It's just showing fuck my life. There has been every problem that could possibly be had with Lamplight City. Every problem you could possibly have, I've had streaming Lamplight City. Bye. You know what? We're just gonna stream it like this today. We're just gonna stream it like that today. And I'm gonna hope that Rosewater is better suited to be streamed. As we'll be going through this again in a couple weeks' time with Lamplight City. Not Lamplight City, this is Lamplight City. With Rosewater. Sorry, I'm also recording and I need it to look fine on recording. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Bonkening? Bonkening. I think we're at the end of this, by the way, guys. I think we read the newspaper, right? Yeah, we read that.
There hasn't been much need for umbrellas lately.
So we have 24 hours to find out who this mass murderer is. And we have a couple places we can go. Houses of Parliament. We'll start here. Yeah, case 5 time.
A black eye is not a badge of honor. Anyone picking a fight will be dismissed immediately. Well, that's hardly any fun, is it?
It isn't, Bill. Herman?
A good old reliable hansom cab. Nothing fancy, just gets you from point A to point B. The way it should be. I thought about a career as a mechanic once. Glad I chose police work. Way less messy.
You're dead though, Bill. You're dead though, Bill. You might not have been dead as a mechanic.
Good evening.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh, so this is echoing.
Mr. Shaw, was it?
Yeah,
That's
I noticed.
So, what brings you around to the cab depot?
I wanted to ask you some questions if you can spare.
I really need to go through my
Yeah,
filters. This
shouldn't be
is so quiet for me now. To stop it from echoing. It was never this bad. I really need to go back through my filters and shit.
you know Reggie Willingham?
Reggie? Sure, I knew him. Well, just as rather I didn't.
Oh? Why do you say that?
The man was a bore, a scoundrel, a no-good bounder.
I wish he would tell us how he really felt.
Only reason they kept him on here was because he was a good driver.
So it's fair to say you didn't like him?
Nobody did. When I heard he'd been killed,
I suggest you do the shit first, thank you.
if I treated people the
As-
way he
as
did,
the Lord
I'd
of
surely
shit.
have a lot of enemies.
Yo, Yara, welcome in. We do have that hero to pound us, always lurked in it.
Could you elaborate a bit on Mr. Willingham's behavior?
Oh, he was a proud one. Thought he was God's gift to mankind. Always strutting around, bragging about how many gratuities he'd earned or how many fist fights he'd won against drivers from Phillips. He had the shortest fuse I've ever seen, too. Just looking at him the wrong way could set him off. I'd always laugh to myself when he'd brag about how many women he'd had in a week.
Why is that?
Because it was obvious he had to pay for the pleasure. A man like that isn't going to get a woman otherwise. I may not be a hit with the ladies, but even I know that being a bastard is a surefire way to drop them off.
That is true. I've had new headphones recently and things sound weird when they're on my head. I had a PC update the other week, because this was a problem last week, and if it wasn't for the fact I'd had headphones on for a lot of Saturday... No, I didn't have headphones on. Yeah, no, I did have headphones on Saturday. We watched Smile. I had headphones on Saturday and all day yesterday. I'd probably put headphones on today, but my piercing is not happy today, so I can't put them on today. So I'm gonna have to actually read what they're saying, because I can barely hear what they're saying.
Are you familiar with the so-called Justice Killer?
I've heard a few rumors here and there about some murders in the chum, but I haven't paid them much attention. There's plenty for me to worry about in my own life.
Aren't you concerned for your safety?
Not really. I haven't done anything wrong. So if this loony's going around doing
Discord seems to be a shit. What's happening with you in Discord?
Makes a good point. I think we need to get a
I know
better idea
Leo
of
couldn't
what
join
exactly these
voice
victims
calls
did
last
to
night.
incur the wrath of our killer.
What can you tell me about Colson Cabs?
Not a bad place, really. Only problem is the number of people always coming here for work. Lots of folks think driving a cab is an easy job that anyone can do, but that's not the case. You need to know this city like the back of your hand, and it helps to know how to drive. So we get lots of fellas starting here who don't have the slightest clue what they're doing. They don't last long.
Keeps
What about
looking you
government
out.
cabs? Are those a problem for
That's
you?
fucking
I
weird.
prefer not to think about
As
those.
it wouldn't let Leo
Colson said
look
he's got
at
no
join
plans to
voice
replace
chats
his fleet,
like for
so
hours
it all
last
matters to
night.
me.
Are you still living in Pumblechook Place?
I am, sir. Not much has changed, to be honest. None of us have been kicked out yet, so that's good. Don't know what else to tell you, really.
I appreciate your time,
I
sir.
thought he was the bum.
Pleasure's all mine.
I thought he was the bum. Did I learn anything from this? So why is everything so weird today? No, that doesn't mean anything because we probably have to come back and talk to him more.
You there! What are you doing?
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm trying to find out about...
No time for that now! Get in here and shield your eyes!
I beg your pardon?
Just do it!
What's going on exactly?
Shh! Everything ready, Alex?
I haven't shielded my eyes yet.
2, 1, go!
God damn, okay, that blinded me.
Amazing! It works! It works!
What works?
Etheric lamps! Our experiment was a success!
What exactly have we wandered into here, Miles? Too bad you didn't get a chance to read that sign before their little experiment. Just a bunch of crap they used to build street
Oh
lamps
yeah,
with.
I upset Bill. I remember upsetting Bill at the end of last stream, and he wasn't gonna help us. I see he's changed his mind though.
Wouldn't get too close to that thing. It might end up turning you inside out. So this is where all the lamps in the city come from. I can't believe I never bothered finding out before.
May I ask you a few questions?
Of course! What would you like to know?
You worked with a man named Burley Cause, is that right?
Yes, I heard he was killed. Such a senseless tragedy. It's a shame he missed out on our demonstration. He was really interested in etheric technology.
Wasn't he concerned about losing his job to these technological advances?
He's very annoyed with me for like 10 minutes. He
All the
does.
workers that there will always be a place for us, even if our jobs are made obsolete.
It worked really well because I loved Bill, like
Noble. But I'm
being
pretty sure
sassy
he's
at
got more
us.
hot air than the
But for the
HMS
first
in the
time, I was there like, oh my god, please, Bill, shut up. I don't care. Bill, if you don't want to help, just be quiet. So it worked perfectly. Allowed to play scientist because.
Is there anything you know about Mr. Cause's personal life? that
He's a
might be
fantastic
relevant?
character. I love him. I genuinely love him.
If he had any children. Oh, and he used to talk about his love for fishing.
Could you give me his home address?
I love him as much as I love Joey, and I love Joey.
Certainly. He lived at 820 Orchard Avenue, apartment 2A.
Thank you for the information. Do you know any details about Mr. Cause's murder?
Unfortunately, I don't. The police were here asking questions, but they didn't give me many details.
Do you know of anyone who might have wanted him dead?
Not at all. Burley was very friendly, always treated everyone around here with respect. You know, it's sad to think that for all our leaps forward, we're still really just a bunch of savages.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
I've read about it in the newspaper. A horrible business. It makes me wish we could install more street lamps to keep this city safer at night. Someday, I hope to realize that dream. Then we really deserve to be called Lamplight City.
You think brighter streets will stop
Hydrate!
serial
I know
It's
hydrate.
well known that crime rates are lower in Lyon and Worcester, and they have many more street lamps per square mile.
I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with the amount of wealth in those areas. Has to be all about the lighting.
They said he made him in.
You mentioned something about etheric lamps?
Very funny. I get the
Yes,
joke.
Weren't you paying attention?
They're
to
not
our
called
demonstration?
lifesavers over here, I don't
Witness
believe.
history.
Aren't they polos over
What I
here?
witnessed was a blinding flash of light.
Exactly! That flash was the result of years of painstaking research and experimentation. It means that not only does ethericity exist, but it can be used as a source of illumination. If these experiments continue to be successful, as I suspect they will, we'll have etheric street lamps before the end of the decade. Imagine lamps that burn twice as bright, 4 times as long. Oh, this will change everything.
And if it's like anything else we've seen, it'll put a lot of people out of work, too.
Bill does very much feel like Joey Walk City being his own character. Yeah, they've got that very dry sense of humor, and they play well with the main character, right? Like, it's very much a straight man, and like it is a proper comedy act between them, but it's always very serious as well, and there's always like a very sad story behind them. They're very fun characters. I love Bill. Bill's been my favorite. I've been on Bill's side all the way up until he annoyed me last week, and then I wanted him to shut up for a minute. Exactly. Eggs. I love eggs.
What is it you do here exactly?
Oh, several things. This is the main hub of the city's Department of Illumination. It's really just a grandiose way of saying that this is where all affairs related to street lamps and public lighting are taken care of. But in addition to sending out lamplighters or mechanics to repair damaged lamps, we also do research into new methods of illumination. That's what my personal specialization is. I help develop and test more.
What do I love
efficient
about
ways
eggs?
of
They
lighting
taste
our
nice. You
streets.
can
I
scramble
guess
them.
you could
Scrambled eggs are the
consider
best,
me
especially when you put some
a modern
bacon into
day
it.
Prometheus. Oh, yes.
More like an everyday pretender.
I also like to paint them.
Your
You
cooperation is
boil
much
them and then you
appreciated.
paint them and put like faces on them. Egg and spoon races are fun. And you always know shit's gonna go down when in a film they find eggs, because they're never gonna leave the eggs alone, and that's exactly gonna be the reason why something's following them, trying to kill them later on in the movie. Soldiers and eggs. I like soldiers and eggs. The thing is, I don't have it perfectly down how long to boil an egg to have like egg and soldiers. If you overboil the egg and don't have a runny yolk, then there's no point in having soldiers because you've got nothing to dip it in, you know?
Fordham, what brings you to this delightful spectacle?
Hello, Edwards. I'm investigating the Justice Killer. I believe I've got a very promising lead.
I heard an officer mention new orders from Snelling, but I thought he was just pulling my leg. Feel free to have a look around. I'm just writing up the notes from my initial examination of the body, so I'll be happy to share my findings.
Good. I'll just get started then.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew. You know what? I'd put eggs in the stew. I would put egg in stew. I could have some soldiers and eggs about now. It's good. I had a breakfast spaghetti, so it had omelet in it.
History books and political theory. I might die of boredom. Again. Nothing but a bunch of boring documents. You'd think he could have at least been considerate enough to keep something scandalous in here. A classic trick. Let's see if it works.
Classic trick? Oh. I understand what I'm meant to be doing. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Ruby, 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 ha, 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 ha. Do, ha, ha, ha.
Intriguing. We'll need to find out who this Ruby is. Aha! McDonough met with this person the night of the murder. I'll bet 500 crowns.
Hello,
it's a false
Sheena.
name.
I hope
Or
you
at
have a
least
good
it's something.
day.
It seems the killer didn't want anyone to know about this meeting with McDonough, and possibly not with Ruby either.
Okay.
Leave it to a politician to hang a portrait of himself.
You
in his own
exhausted?
office.
Taking it easy? Always a good thing to do.
No
Pretty
signs of
much what I
forced
did
entry that I can
yesterday.
see. The murderer didn't come in through this window.
We just sat and watched the movies together. Hope you're well. I'm
Looks
doing
pretty
okay.
fresh. I wonder what the killer uses to write with.
Get some rest. I hope you have wonderful rest,
Former
Sheena. You
person
deserve
McDonough,
the best
Being a
rest.
good politician.
I do have some bad news, though. Oh, I mean, it could be bad news. It might not be bad news. It depends on what way you look at it. But there's
Moment, Edwards?
Of
there's a
course,
chance
what's on
that
your
you're
mind?
not going to see me much in March. So take that whichever way you want, either good or bad.
So, what was found at the crime scene?
A dead body.
Edwards.
Hey, just trying to lighten the mood a bit. Anyway, there was also the word justice written in blood, as you can see on the floor there.
Is that all?
What more do you need? All the pieces are in place. This is the work of the Justice Killer.
You back if you go. No. Am I going somewhere? Kind of. We're having our roof repaired, and depending on how loud they are, and depending on what times of the day they're here, I might not be able to stream on certain days. Because obviously I am right under the roof. I'm on the top floor, right under the roof. So if they need to be in the house, in the attic, they're going to be very loud. My one of the other reasons I didn't stream yesterday was just before stream, my uncle and my cousin were emptying the attic out because it had to be empty for the roof repair. And it was just so noisy, like you could hear every footstep because it's not well padded or anything. It's just a fucking attic. You're not meant to be up there. So if they need to be in the attic, it's going to be very, very loud. If the builders get caught on my microphone, it's going to be bad. So I might stream later in the days. I'll stop streaming on Thursdays because Thursdays Leo streams. But Monday and Wednesday, I might end up having to stream like 6 p.m. onwards instead of in the afternoon. The weekend shouldn't be fair, shouldn't be bad because I don't think builders work on weekends in the UK. They never seem to anyway, so the weekends should be fine. I'm hoping the weekends are fine. I will be so sad if the weekends aren't fine. I'm really looking forward to getting into Zero Time Dilemma and everything. So I think the weekends will be fine, but if they're too loud, I'm going to have to either stream later or just cancel streams. Sadly, it's going to be going on for 3 weeks as well, so it's a long fucking process. It's 3 weeks, which when you set yourself a goal and decided you're going to give up streaming in April if you don't reach that goal, the last thing you need is potentially 3 weeks where you can't stream the month before that, right? Right, not the best time for this to happen. So yeah, my April thing might have to be moved anyway because it's not really fair to judge anything based on what's going to happen in March when I can barely stream. Maybe, I don't know, they might end up not being loud. They might end up just not doing it. You know what the council's like with war. They might just not do anything. But yeah, so March is kind of up in the air with streams because of building. I could do streams where there's no mic and we just play random game. Oh, I've just realized I might not be able to. I might miss Rosewater coming out. Fuck! I hadn't even thought of that. God fucking damn. Fuck everything. I'm angry now. We'll see how it goes though. Very much so, the council never actually tell you what's happening beforehand. They send it out to contract builders and then they're meant to get in touch and tell you what's happening. And they have yet to get in touch with my mum to let her know what's happening. So there's a chance that I can stream at like 5, 6 p.m. and it'll just, for 3 weeks, I'll have to do evening streams, which will suck because my audience is here during the day, not during the evening, but it is what it is. Or if the worst comes to worst, there's just not going to be any streams. There's not going to be any streams. I'll just have to work on YouTube, come back in April, and be very grumpy.
What did your examination of the body turn up?
Apparent cause of death was a single gunshot to the head, exactly like all the other victims. The bullet is still lodged in his brain. I'll remove it once I transport the body back to the mortuary.
Anything else?
No personal effects of note, just a folded up piece of paper in his breast pocket. It's blank, so the police weren't interested. I assume you aren't either.
Never assume, Edwards. I'll take it if you don't mind.
Be my guest.
I will find a way to... The thing is, I could just very much utilize my mute key, right, a lot through it. I'll see, like... I've been too depressed to think about it this last week when I've really known about it. I'm not gonna miss Rosewater. I'm not missing Rosewater. I'm so excited for Rosewater. I'm so unneedingly excited about Rosewater. There's no way I'm gonna miss Rosewater's release. I've even in my diary got it that not my diary, my planner got it that I'm not streaming that Thursday because we're gonna stream it on Friday, because again I'm not sure when the release time will be, and I'd rather just stream it on Friday rather than Thursday. God damn my life, guys. God damn.
Did the police manage to learn anything during their investigation?
Not much beyond what I've already told you. I think they were planning on speaking to the victim's wife, though.
Did you get the address?
I did, as a matter of fact. 1820 Kent Place.
Ah, she lived in
We got to deal
Kent.
with the grieving widow. Hopefully the officers who delivered the news got the worst of it.
Nobody wants to live in Kent. Actually, I think I know someone that lives in Kent. Does she live in Kent? She might not live in
Did you
Kent.
find an Easter lily anywhere?
An Easter lily?
Yes. The Justice Killer leaves one at every crime scene.
Is that right? I never noticed.
Neither did anyone else, apparently.
So how does leaving a lily at the scene of the crime figure into all of this?
I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think it might be important to understanding his motive.
Well, be sure to let me know if you do figure it out. The thought process of killers is a twisted, curious...
I still think it's the actual, the crime scene artist. Because I feel like you would notice there being a lily in all of these things. Maybe he's not actually leaving a lily in anything, you
What's your
know?
take on this whole Justice Killer situation?
It's giving me a lot of extra work, let me tell you. We haven't had a serial murderer in a long time. Not since that fellow who was poisoning people about 10 years ago.
Ah, yes. Gascon Ghoul. Now there was a case.
Any theories or insights regarding the killer's motive or identity?
That's not really my specialty. If you want to get into that psychology stuff, you're better off talking to someone like Snelling.
Does it feel good to be out of the office?
As long as I have the chance to examine a body and learn something in the process, I don't care where I am. Though I do admit a preference to working in my own environment. Fieldwork can be a bit uncertain.
The game sound is okay for you guys, right?
Especially with those clumsy officers trouncing about groping everything. Present company excluded, of course.
That's all for now, Edwards.
I'm gonna grope everything, my dude. I will grope like the best groper in the grope. Game sounds fine, good. As I said, when they're talking, I'm gonna have to be quiet because I actually have to, like, read what they're saying because I can barely hear them. So I wanted to make sure it definitely sounded okay to you guys. So, me being silent didn't sound as eerie as it does for me. It feels really weird sitting here in silence.
History books and political theory. I might die of boredom. Again.
Hey, we'll leave here for now. I kind of want to go this way, and then we'll go to the places we've opened up. I want to go to the police station last, because I feel the police station would be a good place to go last. Oh, I can't go back to the cabbie place. Okay.
Safe for only 25 men at once. I used to draw the line at 2.
Dude, this is so cool. This whole background looks so cool. Like, the game's always looked very pretty and always has been so, like, fantastically detailed, but this is just really cool.
Huh, they seem to be making pretty decent progress.
I love the silhouettes on the bridge. Genuinely fucking love this.
I wonder if it would be any fun to tie yourself to that thing and go
Yo,
for a few
ABC,
spins.
are you feeling better Are you feeling any better today, is what I was trying to say.
Excuse me.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is a construction area.
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investigator. I'm looking into the murder of a man who used to work here.
Fordham? You the same man who got Laura Dupre arrested?
Yes, that's right.
Ah, good to meet you. I'm Gerard. My sister Amelie used to work as her cook. Would tell me stories about how horrible Dupre was. Good to see some justice done for a change.
Glad to be of service.
Yo, thank you so much for the follow. We have anonymous follows on, so I will not call you out. If you want to continue lurking, please feel free to lurk.
Yes, that's right.
We have a 1K follower goal on the go for the moment, so every little follow matters. So I wonder if we don't help to do the first case properly, if this man would be so happy to talk to us. That would be interesting. Hard to say, to be honest. Yeah, hard to say, to be honest. Like, I feel like some things got better and others got worse. Do you remember when I was really sick at the beginning of the year, ABC? Like, that's exactly how I felt sometimes. Like, at the beginning of December, it felt like I had a cold, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And then when it got to January, it was like my nose would get better, but then my ears would get worse, or my ears would get better, and then my teeth would hurt all day. And then the cough was there, and then the cough was gone, but the sneezing got bad. So I genuinely feel you, my dude. All I can say is all those little remedy things you can do, like making sure to drink like lemony stuff with honey. Like I started putting honey in everything to try to help my throat. You know, those things really do help a little bit, even if they just elevate the symptoms a little. They really do help. My fever and headaches disappeared, but now my voice, since last time I was in the voice call with you guys, got much worse. Now my throat is burning and being annoying. Damn. In a way, you sound like you got what I got. Like, everything you've said to me about these two sicknesses sound exactly like, literally, even with, like, the week in between where I felt better. I wonder if it's, like, some kind of fucking virus. Because it sounds exactly like what I went through. And I have the horrible thing to tell you that it did last for basically 2 months for me. It did last for 2 months. I hope it doesn't with you. Just try not to use your voice too much. As I said, like, if you like honey, putting honey in things seem to really help. Get some soup into you. Sorry, my hoodie is on the back of my chair and the fucking hood is down. It wouldn't go back up. I just won't leave people alone. Yeah, I'm feeling much better than I did in January, but there's some times when my nose reminds me that I was sick, and I'm like, we're not sick anymore, no, stop it. Behave yourself. There have been some really horrible things going around, though. It's like, it's just been a bad start to 2025. Before now, eating certain very sugary things make me sick, like honey. Oh, really? Do you think maybe, like, there's something in the sugar that might be causing a reaction or something? Sorry, I was drinking the last of my Coke.
You worked with Ennis Bowditch, right? What can you tell me about him?
Ennis was
Because you'd
fun
have to ask the
talk
doctor about it.
Always telling stories. Pretty sure most of them were made up. But it made time go by faster while we worked.
To be honest, if you're still sick midweek, I would go see the doctor regardless.
Around, you know?
Sadly, the doctor didn't help me because obviously whenever I talk to them, they're like, well, you have to come here for blood tests. And I'm like, no, that's not happening. I'm agoraphobic. I can't leave the house. You're not helping me get out of the house. So why the fuck am I going to go to the fucking doctor surgery to get... It's not even the doctor surgery. This is the annoying thing. You don't get your blood taken at the fucking doctor surgery anymore. You have to go to a hotel to get it done. Ugh. Not being a doctor in years, actually, really. I used to go to the doctors all the time. I have severe health anxiety, and I'd go to them constantly.
Do you know what Bowditch did on his off time?
Not really. I only saw him on the job. But I know he was seeing a woman. I forget what he said her name was, though.
Did he mention anything else about her?
Oh, sure. But I don't think they are the type of thing that would help you. If you get my meaning.
No, I don't. Tell me about them.
Right. Anything of a non-personal nature that might help me find her?
Yes, he mentioned she worked as the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
I know that.
Thanks.
I know that, since your family doctor died. I genuinely would go see them if it still persists through this week, though. Mainly because, like, they could give you something maybe to help with the throat.
Do you know any details concerning Bodich's murder?
I only found out when the boss man
He was such a
told us.
fun
Can you think
person.
of anyone who might have wanted him dead?
Well, everyone here liked him. I don't think he owed no one money or nothing like that. But maybe someone at his other job wasn't so friendly with him. Who knows?
Other job?
Ennis also worked at the docks as a longshoreman.
Well, that would have been handy to know sooner. Better late than never, I guess.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
Justice killer? No, I don't know anything about that. Who is he?
A serial murderer. He's the one who killed Ennis Bodich.
And you trying to find him?
That's the plan.
Well then, I wish you luck. Ennis didn't deserve to die the way he did. I hope that murdering bastard gets what he deserves.
So, the Gascon-Chumley Bridge is finally being worked on.
That's right. The project started up again shortly after the election. That Leroy, he's not wasting any time. Maybe a good thing for this city and for the country.
Indeed. I think it will be. How long before the bridge is complete, do you think?
They say it will take 5 years, but who knows? As long as the work is steady, you won't find me complaining.
Do you normally work in construction?
Mostly. Sometimes I'd be doing other jobs here and there. But I'm lucky to have gotten this job. I think it will keep me in work for a long time. Which is good, because I have 3 mouths to feed at home.
Be sure to watch yourself then. I hear these types of jobs can be dangerous.
Oh, believe me, I know. One slip up and bam! That's the end of you. But I always watch myself.
How's your sister doing?
Good. She still works for the Dupre family, but with that monster Laura gone, she's much happier. She tells me the family is acting like the madame never existed, and the husband raised Amelie's pay, too.
That does sound like an improvement.
It's just a shame 2 others had to die for it.
Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate the information.
We found
problem,
that 2
boss.
people had died, though. No one had known the second person died. It's only because of us we knew the second person had died. And I had to do a music puzzle to find it out, too. Which I was very proud of at the
Well, that doesn't
time.
look good. This place sure is big. I wonder if they actually make anything useful.
This area has 2 places.
Excuse me, sir. Are you in charge here?
Unfortunately, who are you? This area isn't open to the public.
I'm Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator looking into the murder of one of your workers.
A private investigator, eh? And maybe you can help me out.
I'll do what I can, but I'll need to ask you some questions, Mr.
Mims. Sanford Mims. Go ahead, but make it snappy.
Make it snappy.
What can you tell me about Hannibal Kirkland? A former employee here?
Listen, I've got a lot on my mind right now.
I understand, but it's important to my investigation that you tell me what you know about him.
I'm sure it is, but as you can see, I've got a lot to deal with right now.
Well, he's no help. Maybe you can figure out a way to help him help us.
What happened to your iron mill?
What's it look like? The damn thing went and got blown up.
Was it in disrepair?
Of course not. All my machinery is sound. Checked and serviced regularly. This is the work of those goddamn Redites. I'm sure of it.
Alright, ABC, look after yourself though, my dude. Make sure to rest when you get home.
What makes you certain the explosion was the Redites doing?
Take a look, boy. The whole mill got taken out. Even if this had been a mechanical failure, which it wasn't, the explosion would have been contained to a single part of the machine. This couldn't have been anything other than sabotage.
Have you had problems with the Redites before?
They've sent anonymous letters, but this is the first time they've actually carried out one of their threats.
You're absolutely sure this was sabotage then?
Yes. How many times have I got to tell you that? Listen, you said you were an investigator, right? So find out who did this to my machine. If you do, I'll help you out with whatever else you wanted to ask me about.
Looks like we haven't got much of a choice. You seems pretty upset about his machine.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright, we'll come back to him then.
Careful on your way out.
I've learned from last week to be very careful with what I say and
That
do.
area is for workers only.
My apologies.
Completely ruined. Whoever sabotaged this knew what they were doing. Completely ruined. This place sure is.
Okay. I'll go that way. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, this looked like the landing in, An English Haunting.
Apartment 2A. This is the place. The number is a bit faded. Is this 2B? Or is it not 2B?
That's the question. Bill's so funny.
I thought the housekeeping in my apartment was bad.
I love Bill. that was a funny joke. A funny yoke.
Yeah? May I help you, young man?
Hello, madam. My name is Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator. I have some questions about your neighbor.
You mean my former neighbor?
Yes. In any case, I'd appreciate it if you could help me with some information.
Nah, I don't think so. The last person to ask me about him was that awful policeman. I don't want to have to go through that again.
I'm sorry you had a bad experience, but I can assure you I won't give you a hard time.
Well, that's easy for you to say. But actions speak louder than words.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Is there anything I can do for you then?
Well, since you asked, my layabout husband is out wasting our retirement fund with his drinking. Go find him and bring him back here. Then maybe we can talk.
Oh, wonderful. Now we're playing babysitter.
You'll find him at the Silent Raven. It's not too far from here.
I've been to the
Yes,
Silent
I
Raven
know.
as well.
My husband's name is Kurt.
Hey, Dogma, how's it
You tell
going?
him his wife Ethel wants him home at once.
I'll do my best, Mrs. Williamson.
There doesn't seem to be anyone at home.
What's with the smiles?
There doesn't seem to
Have
be
I
anyone
done
at
something
home.
wrong? Is that why I'm being smiled at?
Ahem.
What? Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. Your butler just announced me.
Oh, of course. Forgive me. I was just, well, never mind. Please make yourself comfortable, Mr. Fordham.
I
Thank you, Mrs.
will.
McDonough.
They look expensive, but I bet they're totally worthless. I feel sorry for the sucker who has to clean them. Just a painting of some boring old aristocrat. Surely this one was called Lady Felicity Euphemia Beaversnatch the Simple. Lord Alfred Edward Shufflebottom the Wise comes to mind when looking at this one.
God fucking damn Bill, okay.
They look expensive, but I bet they're totally worthless. I feel sorry for the sucker who has to clean them.
You spent 3 hours talking about solo leveling up the anime, PC troubles, and video games with one coworker I actually like. Oh, I'm happy you've had a good
This one
morning.
looks like a Lady Camilla Prudence Wigglewaddle the Grey.
Wiggle waddle.
They look expensive, but I bet they're totally worthless. I feel sorry for the sucker who has to clean them.
Yes.
I think I'll call this one Lord Edmund Henry Lickspittle the Elder.
I appreciate you seeing me, Mrs. McDonough. I know you must be going through a difficult time.
Well, I haven't got stuck in a toilet, which is what happened to
I
Shin.
already spoke to the police about my husband's
And I
murder.
haven't talked to anyone all morning.
Oh, very well.
Though we did watch movies last night. I keep mentioning this, but it was very fun just sitting with everyone and watching movies all day yesterday.
What can you tell me about your husband?
I'll tell you the same thing I told the police, Mr. Fordham. Percival was one of the hardest working members of Parliament. He took his job extremely seriously. The recent election caused him a terrible amount of consternation, as I'm sure it did most people. He took Atwood's loss rather hard.
Did you see much of him?
I beg your pardon?
Surely someone with such an important position in government could find themselves consumed by their work. Did he spend much time at home?
He made it a point to come home
Put in
and have dinner with me
loggeries.
every night, even if he had to return to the office afterwards.
And did that happen often?
Fictional
At least 3 or 4
also
times in a
took
week,
aim
yes.
at
It's
the
seen
Mexicans
as
again
working
yesterday
weekends
when we were
every night.
watching
As I said,
Full
he was very
10.
dedicated to his role.
Sounds to me like she's quite dedicated to hers, too.
Did your husband have any enemies?
He was a politician, Mr. Fordham. Half the city hated him.
Did he ever receive any kind of threats against his life?
None that I was ever made aware of. I have no idea who could have killed him, let alone who could have gotten into his office to do it. He hadn't told me about any meetings or
Being
appointments for
anti-Mexican, she
certain
was very
clients.
Was it his custom
anti-Mexican.
to inform you of his work affairs?
Oh, well, I've always taken an interest in my husband's
It is so
affairs.
socially
He often
drained.
mentioned
Had some
initiatives he
lick
was
spittle.
working on, or people he was meeting, that sort of thing. Nothing sensitive or confidential, you understand. Just conversation about his day.
So it's funny because Amazon Prime subtitles for when they were speaking Spanish was just to let us know they were speaking Spanish, you know? The subtitles didn't think to tell us what they said in Spanish. So Fig replied with, yeah, why would we ever want to know what the Spanish speakers are saying? It was fun. You did see the app, yeah. It was funny. It was very chill because obviously, like, we stayed muted and we just chat in the open chat so we could do whatever we wanted away from the voice chat. I was gonna put some Monster Hunter on, but I was so tired and not feeling well yesterday. I didn't even bother. I didn't even bother. I sat there and I watched the movies. It was fun. It was chill. Speaking Spanish. Yo, Laser, how's it going? How was your painting yesterday? Yeah, I got to the end of the low grade quests on Saturday, not long after stream. And then I just got extremely tired for no reason. I just got very fucking tired for no reason. So I stopped playing, and the likelihood is I'm not gonna be going back to it anytime soon. Speaking Spanish. I am planning on learning a language on stream, doing like an hour of language learning, and Spanish is one of the ones I'm thinking of doing. It's going to be either French, Spanish, or Italian, I think. I don't know which one, though, yet.
Can you think of any reason why your husband would have been murdered?
Not really. He was a vocal opponent of the construction of the Gascogne-Chumley Bridge, but I hardly think that would have been sufficient reason to drive someone to murder.
Why is that?
Well, it's just a bridge, isn't it? There are plenty of other ways to get to Chumley.
I meant, why was he opposed to it?
Oh, because the amount of money required to build it is exorbitant. Public funds should be used on roads and buildings that are falling apart. What's the point of having something shiny and new if everything around it is in disrepair?
There's a point to that. There's a point to that.
How are you feeling, Mrs. McDonough?
My husband of 42 years was shot in his office. How do you think I feel?
You were very fast to start wearing black, lady.
My apologies.
You were
Perhaps that
fucking
wasn't
ready
the
for
most
him
appropriate
to be
question.
dead.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You can start by finding the monster who murdered Percival.
I never got to the secret customization thing because I literally blasted through the story about Try Tonight after all my chiropractor stuff there. Like, don't get me wrong, when I say I'm probably not going to play it, it's obviously nothing to do with the game. I've had a lot of fun with the game, but I just have a lot of YouTube shit to be getting on with, and I don't know when I'm going to have time off stream to, play anything for myself, right? Like, unless I do longer streams and play it at the end of my appointed games for like an hour or two. Like, I just genuinely... I mean, I probably play it a little on weekends. I don't tend to get any work done on weekends, but we've also got the Phasmo update coming soon. And I've promised I'll be playing that with people as well. I really enjoyed it, though. I genuinely, honestly like it. I think it's my favorite Monster Hunter out of the 3 I've played. It isn't saying much about Rise. I do need to play Rise more. And I liked Worlds, but... I don't know. Worlds was Worlds, right. My break is coming up, though, so I'm going to go on my break. I'm going to stretch, because my back is like... Do you ever get when your back just feels, like, tired, and it makes you feel like you're tired, and you just need to stretch out properly? Is, for me, the best, too. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, I need to go get a big stretch in, because it's making me feel tired, but I know I'm not tired. My back is just, like... tired. It was like the other day when I was going on about my face feeling tired. You know, when you just need to rub your face and you just feel tired because you're constantly doing it. I don't know. My body is just tired. I am not actually tired though, but break. Can you die in this? Am I gonna die? That would be a yes. Oh, Lord! Oh, fuck! Jesus Christ, that killed us both! Kick armor. You don't have a violent nature. I have an extremely violent nature. I am a bear. I will kick everything. Yeah, da 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 da. Oi! Yit dit 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 di. Oi! Ya da 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 da. As I was listening to that, I was fooling. I'm in and instantly dead. I'm in and instantly dead. What the fuck is that? He's gonna get the win. Through persistence. But he is hella fucking awful against anything that's not gonna be super weak. He is gonna get the win, I say. He is gonna get the win, I say. Fucking dead. Fuck you, you bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Apparition, yes, easy flat. Look at that. No reason shit. Yeah, you shot. Oh no, never mind, I'm dead. Bastard. He went after Kudu instead of me.
Where's my gun? I'm American. I deserve to have a gun. I want to shoot this woman. Hey, guys. No! 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 Is it red and blue I need? No, it's red and yellow, isn't it? I'm back. I'm back. Saturday's my cousin's baby shower, but after I finish that, I'll try to game Curse of Shin and You whenever you have time. Baby shower's 2 p.m, so like 7 p.m. your time Saturday, but the rest of the time I'm just going to be properly gaming. Nice, nice, nice. The only thing that will stop me doing anything on Saturday is it's possibly going to be the finale of Zero Escape. That's like the big thing for Saturday for me is we're gonna finish VLR. I know the initials, Virtue's Last Reward, hopefully. If we don't finish it though, I will do it on Sunday. I'm not too against ending when I feel too tired. Even if, like, it's like you've only got 10 minutes left. I might still finish because the end to 999 went on and on and on and on and never fucking stopped, you know? So, yeah. If I feel like I need to stop on Saturday, I will stop, but we'll finish on Saturday. This weekend, we're finishing Virtue's Last Reward, and then next weekend, we're starting Zero Time Dilemma, no matter what. But I'm not going to tire myself out too much. Also, I really wish I'd recorded my last fight with the chicken. I beat its ass silly with my charge blade. That chicken is being very angry at you, Dogma. I would honestly say don't force yourself if you need to stop it. Yeah, like that's why I'm not too worried if I stop. Like, as I say, even if you're very close to the end, if I feel too tired, because I think, whilst I don't think even looking back, I would have been too happy with the ending of 999, I think I was so fatigued at the end of 999 that it started to annoy me. And I don't, because I've actually genuinely enjoyed Virtue's Last Reward more than 999. I think Virtue's Last Reward is my favorite of the two. And I don't want to feel fatigued when we get to the end of it, right? And I don't want you guys to be fatigued because, like, this has been a trip that everyone's gone on. Obviously, not you, Ward. You've already been there. You know it, you know? But, like, I don't want the other people who have been on the journey to get fatigued either because the ending's, like, 10 hours fucking long. I learned my lesson with 999. I learned it. I learned it the hard way. I floured the chicken inside. You know, my favorite fight, though, was the second octopus guy, the toothy Cthulhu boy. He was fantastic. I kind of wish I'd fought him on stream because that fight was fun. I like toothy Cthulhu boy. Yeah, Nuwu, that's it. Because I was calling him Uwu. Yeah, I sent Amanda a screenshot. I went, this is Uwu. I loved him, though. I quite like his gear. I haven't gone back to fight him again, though. And then I went off and I got my high-level Lalabrina, or whatever she's called. The flower spider one, because it's a black outfit that looks like a fucking pirate / musketeer. I went crazy with that fight. It was a fun fight. No, I was very impressed with all the final fights. I had a very good time with the end of all that stuff. I just got very tired afterwards. I was talking so much shit to him. I was so proud I cut off all of his tentacles. Even in the final fight, I cut off Big Boy's tail and I was so proud of myself. Because in all the other games, I found it hard with the dual blades to cut tails off. But in this game, it's so much easier to cut the tails off. And I was so proud that I cut nearly every tail off. I'm still reeling from that fight where I cut the tail off and it didn't let me go back and get the tail. I'm still reeling from that. I'm still so sad about that. I will never forget that tail that I cut off and could not harvest.
You know anyone named Shackley?
No, I've never heard that name before. Why?
I saw your husband had a meeting scheduled with him.
Also, this is for Candle. I have a little family of robins outside my window, apparently.
Told me about his meeting.
When I got up and opened my window, there were a load of robins just across, looking at me.
Why wouldn't Percival have told me about their meeting?
Why indeed?
Are you familiar with someone named Ruby?
I can't say I am. Who is it?
Just a name.
Ruby.
Perhaps a dog.
Have you heard of the Justice Killer?
Do you?
It's absolutely terrifying to think that one sick person could be capable of such evil. Why is he called the Justice Killer? What justice was done by murdering my husband?
I'm afraid I can't answer that right now, Mrs. McDonough, but I intend to find out. Those are all the questions I have for now, Mrs. McDonough.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
She looks a bit like a ventriloquist dummy with, like, the lines they've given her around her mouth. Right, so... we'll go here. Don't squander my fight just had with old dog with your peasant ass moves. Sit the fuck down. I ain't done beating the disappointment out of you yet, Squidward. God damn, what are you fighting?
Self-Portrait as a Desperate Man by B. Calvert. A bit like looking in the mirror, isn't it, Miles? Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Yo, Flo, welcome
Begging your
in.
pardon, miss.
How can I help you, sir?
I understand you were involved with Ennis Bowditch.
Was involved, yes. I haven't spoken to him in nearly
Well, I mean, he's
2
dead,
months.
lady.
Oh, were you not aware of his death then?
What? Ennis is dead?
Well,
Being up newbie like.
I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news.
How did it happen?
I'm afraid he was murdered.
Murdered? By who? And why?
Those are exactly the questions I'm trying to answer myself.
Oh, I see. Are you a detective?
A private investigator, yes.
Well, I'll answer what I can. If it helps any, that is.
I can't
Certainly
hear
will.
her at all. Like, with my sound down as much as I have to so it doesn't echo, I genuinely cannot hear what she's saying at all.
What was your relationship with Mr. Bowditch like?
Oh, well, it was nice at first. He was a proper gentleman-like. But then something changed.
Oh?
It's like I told Ruby. I think he might have got hit on the head at
Oh,
work.
Ruby! She knows
He
Ruby!
seemed to be a completely different person. He'd get angry for no reason. He even... Well, that bit's not important. At first, I thought he was just going through some rough times, but after a while I realized he'd changed for the worse. So, I broke things off. He wasn't too happy about it, but I wasn't going to stick with a man like that.
Knocked down, tries to get up again, knocked down, shock trap, beat on it some more, knocked down again and dead. Aww, the poor
This
tentacle.
friend of yours, Ruby, did she know an MP named Percival McDonough?
I'm not sure. Ruby knows a lot of men.
Is that so?
Well, no, I don't mean... It's just... Oh, damn it all, me and my big mouth. She'll have my guts for garters now.
It's all right. No one's in trouble. But I think I'd like to speak with Ruby. Could you tell me where I can find her?
No. You see, she moves around quite a lot. Never in the same place for more than...
Because she's a prostitute.
right. I think she's given us a clear picture of what Ruby does for a living. Normally, I'd be all for pressing this girl more until she cracks, but I like her. I think we'll be able to find Ruby without causing her more discomfort.
Well, thank you for the information. You've been very helpful. Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
Justice Killer? Is that some kind of pesticide?
No, it isn't. Never mind. You've been working here for quite a while, haven't you?
I have, yes. Coming up on 3 years. Been a real pleasure getting to know all the regulars. They've come to be sort of like a second family. By the way, whatever happened with you and your lady friend?
I beg your pardon?
Well, that nice lady you met in here a couple of times. Did it work out between the two?
I got her fired.
That? No, that was strictly business.
Right. Well, if you see her, tell her I said hello.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, sir.
You just find so satisfying. I can see that. I can see that. I enjoyed cutting off his tentacles.
Blank surfaces don't stay that way for very long around here.
Cut out 3 at once too. It was insane.
Huh? What? Who is it?
It's me!
Hello, sir. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Go ahead, but make it quick. Time is money, after all.
Look at this dude. He has one hell of a fucking collar on him.
Did you employ a man named Ennis Bowditch?
I did, yes. He only worked for me occasionally, but he was always punctual and performed his job well. I learned recently that he had been killed. It was a tremendous
His collar for
shame.
days? He
Workers of his
does.
caliber are so hard to come by.
Do you have any information relating to Mr. Bowditch's murder?
I'm afraid not. The truth is, I knew very little about him. It's the same with most of my men. I have a business to run, you see. It affords me very little time to socialize.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
I believe I saw a headline in the newspaper recently mentioning that name, but I dismissed it as fear-mongering nonsense. There are more important things I need to worry about.
But the Justice Killer is directly responsible for the death of one of your workers.
Oh? Is that right?
Snack warmer for that
Well,
slinky
there's nothing I can
neck.
do about it. What
It makes
my
his
men
head
get up
look
to in
so
off
weird
time
though,
is none of my
right?
business.
Wow, this guy is even worse than you, Miles.
Slinky neck like the dog from Toy Story.
What is your work here
Slinky.
involved?
I'm in charge of tracking and cataloging all the cargo that passes through here. I receive the shipping manifest and make sure that things get unloaded and sent to the right places.
And you do all this by yourself?
Oh, of course not. I'm in charge of administration. A team of workers does all the heavy lifting.
Thank you for your time. I'll let you return to work.
Right you are.
Okay. Well, that wasn't helpful.
Ah, the chum. You can never truly get away from it as much as you may try.
Trevor Hastings, is that you?
Why, Detective Fordham. Fancy seeing you again. What brings you down to the docks?
I'm trying to track down a serial murderer, who I believe is the same man who was breaking into the flower shop.
You don't say. I wish I could help you, but the guy never came back after the night you and your partner came around. Where is your partner anyway?
Oh, he's around.
Well, give him my regards. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get this crate back, or Cecilia will have my head on a platter.
Of course. Good seeing you again.
He's around? That's probably the most clever thing you've said in months. Well done.
He'll have a mobile rain catcher. I was about to ask who the fuck this guy is, and then they instantly reminded me, so that's good. Because I'd forgotten about him. It's been a couple weeks.
Looks like they haven't bothered cleaning this up yet.
Back with food? Nice. What food have you got? Well, that's the guy I need to talk to.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Do you know anything about the man sitting at that table over there?
Not really. He comes in here a few times a week, but he mostly keeps to himself. I see his type all the time, though. Older, probably retired and looking to escape his home life. I feel sorry for him, but that sort of customer is my bread and butter.
And it showed her from Housebound. I can't really unsee it now.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
What is that, some fancy drink concoction?
Skewers?
No,
Nice.
it's the name that's been given to a serial murderer here in the Chum.
I see. Never heard of him. And if he's smart, he won't show his face around here.
You know, this place suddenly feels just a little bit safer.
How are things here now that the election hubbub has subsided?
Oh, right. I thought you looked familiar. You were the one in here asking about the fellow who was killed.
That's right.
Well, there hasn't been too much excitement since then. I've hardly had to toss anyone out, which is a right shame.
Why's that?
Kicking out a rowdy customer shakes things up a bit on a quiet night like this. Gets the blood flowing, you know?
What would a customer have to do to warrant being thrown out?
My general rule is if they're being a nuisance, they're out. If they try to pick a fight or are just being generally disrespectful, it's a one-way ticket to the pavement outside.
Good to know.
Oh, are we gonna
I
get this
appreciate
guy
you taking the time to
injected?
chat.
Injected, ejected. Ejected in a certain direction.
Hasn't it, Bertie?
You noticed too? I thought it was just me.
I'm not complaining, mind you. It's nice to be able to go out and about without stepping over half the chum in the process.
Indeed. What do you reckon's the reason for it?
Not a clue. Can't be illness. We'd have heard something by now. Whatever it is.
This is the true meaning of keeping the poor dumb. Not a single person is rich enough or not too busy to read the newspaper. None of them know what's happening, even though it's on the front page every day.
Kurt Williamson?
That's right. Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
Oh, yeah? What is it you want from me?
Ethel sent me to tell you she wants you to come home right away.
I should have known. I can't get away for more than a few hours before she's put the entire city on high alert. How much of my retirement fund did she waste on getting you to come down here?
I'm only doing this because I need some information.
The joke's on you, then. You can just go back and tell her I'll come home when I'm damn well ready.
Why is it you're so averse to returning home?
I enjoy going out and having a good time. Is that so wrong?
Your wife told me she doesn't like you spending your money on drink.
What I spend my money on is none of her business, and even less of yours. What's this world coming to when a man can't even drink in peace without all his affairs shouted from the rooftops?
You know, this whole situation seems awfully familiar.
Listen, Mr. Williamson, I think I know what you're going through.
Oh, yeah?
My wife and I were having a rough patch.
Yeah, that's the game. ABC. This is like, I think, the final case.
I did the right thing before it was too late.
And what did you do?
It was simple. I just communicated honestly and openly with her. I told her what was wrong and how I was feeling. And you know what? She listened. Have you ever told Ethel why you like going out?
No. I assumed she wouldn't understand. I really wish she would come out with me, but I know she'd never agree.
How do you know? Have you actually talked to her about this?
Well, no.
Well, then maybe you should. If she knew you wanted company, she might just give it a try.
You know, I never thought of it like that. I'm going to go home right now and tell her. And if she refuses, well, at least I asked, right?
That's the spirit.
Thanks for the advice, friend. I really do appreciate it.
Not bad. I have to say, I'm impressed.
So I'm guessing that changes depending on what I did with my wife. Because I told her the truth. I'm guessing that's why I was able to do that. If I hadn't told her the truth, I'm guessing I would have had to have got him thrown out of the bar. Ah, and the Raven is gone now, so we don't have to go back to the Raven. See, communication, exactly. Though you wrote communication, which is another way of doing it. Come might stop the problem.
Ah, Mr. Fordham, thank you so much for getting Kurt back home.
Don't mention it. Now, would you be willing to answer some questions?
Well, yes, of course.
Tell me what you know about Burley Cause.
He and his wife hadn't been living next door very long, maybe 4 months or so. But
They're throwing spiked test strips so bad.
They weren't interested in being neighborly, I guess.
You know, adventure game logic, many options to self the same creator, pretty much. It's really implemented well in this game as well, like super well.
What happened on the day Mr. Cause was killed?
I was here, at home, doing my knitting as usual. All of a sudden, I heard a loud bang. It sounded like a gunshot. I went and knocked on Mrs. Caus's door, but there was no answer. I did notice a smell, though, like flowers.
Flowers.
So I decided to report the incident to the police. Not long after that, an officer showed up and started asking questions. Awful man, he was so rude. I gotta report him, but I forgot his name. I think it started with a P.
Parsons?
Yes, that's him. He called for some more officers and they got into the apartment. That's when I found out Mr. Cause had been murdered.
Where is Mrs. Cause now?
I don't know, with her mother, maybe. That's usually how it goes.
You wouldn't happen to know where that is, would you?
Afraid not, but, there is one other thing.
Yes?
Don't say I told you this, but...
Believe it in memes.
I used to hear the two of
I see the old lady's shape this morning.
I tried ignoring it since
She's gonna be the only one.
business, but it became...
I love the tan line.
What was it you heard?
I don't believe they had a happy marriage. They'd have awful fights a couple times a week.
What would they fight about?
Oh, all sorts of things. The worst one was when she discovered he was going to a brothel. I think he might have hit her on a few occasions, too, but I can't be certain. I hope you don't think me a horrible old gossip, but I thought you might like to know.
Not at all. I'm glad you told me.
Is Ruby gonna be the one that connects all of these?
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
You mean the serial killer who's been killing men in Chumley?
That's the one.
Nah, never heard of him.
What?
I'm just pulling your leg, Mr. Fordham.
I like this one. She's got spirit.
Unfortunately, I
Says the
only know what I
spirit.
read in the Gazette, but it's scary to think some maniac is loose on the streets doing such terrible things. And with Kurt going out by himself for hours at a time, oh, I don't like it one bit.
How long have you been living here?
Well, Kurt and I moved in.
Very low spirit at her age.
So it's been about...
I hate when I have a tan line on my jaw. Same.
That's a long time to be living in one place.
Where was the soft block watered? Have I gone past where that soft block was?
In the winter, but the rent has always been
I know they
cheap.
patched it out, but I'd be very interested to know where the soft block was.
Have a good day, Mr. Fordham.
Okay, well, she was very helpful. Alright, she's stationed. Chapter 3 from what you remember.
How goes the investigation?
I'm making some headway.
Is that right? I certainly hope so for your sake.
The rumor was always that the chief kept a bottle of something in a secret compartment in this cabinet. In Snelling's case, it's probably just water. Chief Jacobs. Now there was a leader.
Leader among
Every book and
pigeons.
file in there is organized to perfection. I'll bet Snelling gets flustered if anything is even a millimeter out of place. You should bump into the side when he's not looking.
By doing very specific things that he hadn't thought anyone would do. That's always the case, though, right? Like, very often when people find these things, it's because they've done something in such a way that no one else would ever have done it. Though he didn't say what it was. That's a shame. I genuinely very curious to what it is now.
Chief Snelling?
Yes, Fordham?
What information do you have on the Justice Killer?
Clearly not as much as you.
I see how this is gonna go.
Well, what do you have?
A list of 5 victims, some information on each of them, and no clear idea what connects them. Until your discovery of the lily at each scene, that was where we stood. While I doubt this discovery will do much to aid in tracking him down, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Do you know anything about Percival McDonough?
He's a member of Parliament. I believe his constituency is somewhere in central Kingsland. From the reports I've got,
$800 late on your dad's car is fixed? What was wrong with his car?
However, the first victim who didn't live in China.
I say that, I don't really know much about cars, so 800 might be a decent amount for whatever's going on with his car. I don't know how expensive repairing cars actually is. Just a lot of money.
Count on it. What do you know about the Justice Killer's previous victims?
Only what's in their files. All working men from Chumley. That's the only link.
You didn't look further into their personal
Yeah,
lives?
do exhaust.
Maybe they had some social connection.
As I said, the detectives found nothing. You seem to think you can do better, so I'll leave it up to you.
You have to wonder how much more thorough the department's investigations would have been if the 4 men were all rich like McDonough.
It rusted out. Fair.
So I see the department is still running like a well-oiled machine.
It is, in fact. But I'm sure Upton has kept you well informed of our activities. Incidentally, the woman accused in the Harris kidnapping is set to testify in court today.
Linda Walker's trial is today? That was fast.
Indeed. Sometimes the wheels of justice grind slowly. Sometimes they spin out of control. She'll be taking the stand within the hour. If you care to hear her for yourself, best get going soon.
Okay.
Have you got any information on the Redites?
The Redites? That ridiculous gang of troublemakers? Yes, I have some information. What's your interest in them?
A witness is refusing to speak with me unless I can figure out who sabotaged his iron mill.
I see. All I can offer is a list of names of known Redites along with their last known whereabouts. But I remind you that you only have until tomorrow afternoon before this indulgence expires, and I throw you in jail. This seems like a waste of time.
That's my decision to make.
Very well. I'll give you the list when you're ready to leave.
Listen, about Leger's death.
I don't want to hear it, Fordham. What happened, happened. Nothing you can say is going to change my opinion on the matter.
And if I manage to find the man responsible?
The man responsible is standing before me. Even if you manage to find the culprit you let escape, it isn't going to bring Leger back from the dead.
But it will bring closure to the matter.
If that thought is what allows you to sleep at night, then so be it.
What makes him think you sleep at night?
True. What does make him think I sleep at night? Well, it was exhausting, if not tiring then, Dogma. Redites, I think they preferred word is Redditors. Have Redditors started blowing things up yet? They probably have. Exhausted my credit card, damn.
Enjoying your new position, Snelling?
Reaping the rewards for years of hard work and dedicated service. A gratifying feeling you'll never be able to experience.
Oh, I get my gratification in other ways.
I'm sure you do, and I'd honestly rather not know about that.
I need to get back to my investigation.
42 months
yes,
of despair.
time is not on your side, Fordham.
Yo, Leo, thank you for the 42-month resub. I appreciate you. Here's your hydrate.
Known Redites.
Hey,
This
yo.
is a lot of names. If we're going to track down this saboteur, it might be best to retire to a more tranquil environment. Fancy a trip back to Upton's?
Clover Sullivan, suspect in 3 instances of sabotage. Guy McKee arrested on charges of attempted murder. Faris Wilson, suspect in 2 instances of sabotage. Marcus Chapman, involved in factory explosion. Oh, he's dead. Never mind. Peyton Ferguson, suspected in 6 instances of sabotage. Lucian Donaldson, suspected in 4 instances of sabotage. 14 credit cards, god damn. Hoi, people. Hoi. I'm hoping you're not stuck in a toilet again, Leo. I hope the day has gotten slightly less bizarre than it started.
Remind me, Miles, why are we here again? Is this for your own personal satisfaction, or did you expect her to have some useful information?
Shh! Mrs. Linda Walker, you stand accused of kidnapping Charles Harris. What have you to say in your defense?
I had to see if I could speak with my son Alexander again.
Yes. According to your initial statement, you seem to believe that the Harris child is the reincarnation of your own deceased son.
All the evidence was there. I thought it had to be him.
And in regards to the execution of your plan, you secretly administered a soporific drug to your friend and the Harris family nanny, Mrs. Henrietta Davis? Is that correct?
Yes. I felt terrible about doing it, but there was no other way.
According to your journal, you used a mixture of chamomile and valerian, instructed by a Samuel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Samuel is a friend of mine. He works at the docks, and he knows all about plants. I asked him what the best combination of herbs would be to put someone in a deep
Where's the
sleep.
dock? We've been to the docks. What was the name of the guy we talked to at the docks?
And not his?
Yes, that's right. He only told me about the plants. He's quite the expert. Why, you should see his collection of Easter lilies.
Did she just say what I think she said?
Now then, Let's turn our attention to the night in question.
Interesting. This Samuel person might be worth looking into. Although we can't waste time searching the docks with just a first name. I'd make a note of it, just in case it becomes relevant later.
Okay.
All right, I've had enough.
You're back
of this
in 30.
courtroom. Let's get back out there. Time's running
Good luck
out.
with work. Since toilet set bad privileges have been provoked, how my ass did this occur? I think what happened was the key in the door broke. So they had to get the door open. And instead of doing a normal way of opening a door, his co-worker that he does not like, the one that you faintly heard of, he played a stupid song on his phone and then barged into the door and nearly knocked Leo out instead of just, like, taking off the handle or something, you know? Something like a normal person would fucking do. Alright, we're going back here.
Right, this should be a quiet enough spot to concentrate on.
A dog started barking outside, and I thought it was in game for a moment.
I just hope Upton doesn't mind you turning her parlor into your own personal study.
I'm sure she'll have no objection.
I remember
Now,
they
let's
sound
have a look
lovely.
at
They're
that
fucking. It's just so fucking dumb. Genuinely so fucking dumb.
I think we can rule out Mr. Sullivan as a suspect. He's Western Vespuccia's problem now. Unless Mr. McKee has escaped from prison, which I highly doubt, he's not our man. This might be who we're looking for, but it also might not be.
No harm in paying him a visit, except losing time in our other investigation.
If dead men could cause explosions, let's just say things would be a lot different. This clearly isn't the right suspect. It's possible that this is who we're looking for, but without some way to be absolutely sure, we're in danger of wasting precious time.
I'm not usually the gambling type, but a 1 in 3 chance doesn't strike me as the best odds.
This might be who we're looking for, but it also might not be.
We could pay him a visit. Who knows? We might get lucky.
I'm guessing they keep telling me that we might run out of time, so I'm guessing I'm gonna be able to run out of time on this. I haven't finished investigating his thing, apparently. Too many things. Too many things.
Nothing but a bunch of boring. The former person.
Like, side to this. I can't see a lily here.
Time to waste with further conversation. No signs of forced entry that I can see. Leave it to Apollo.
Also, Croatia kicks co-worker through toilet. This is Croatia.
Killer uses to write with.
You grew tired of going there, like in the second week, though, right? You've said that it hasn't felt like it's helped you at all. Okay.
Well, well. Who's this lovely specimen?
Allow me to introduce Peyton Ferguson, known Redite and prime suspect in a sabotage at the Thorbomb Ironworks. I picked him up and brought him straight to you.
Ooh, a saboteur. Just leave him
It's gonna be
to me
7
and
weeks
I'll
of
make him
wasted
feel
fuel and time.
right at home.
Please find the Justice Killer soon, Miles. Being Giles' prisoner is not my idea of a good time.
Right. I'll leave you to it then.
I've just... That's not what I thought was gonna happen, never mind.
Mr. Mims, a word if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, what is it?
I found the person responsible for sabotaging your iron mill.
Oh, yeah?
His name is Peyton Ferguson. He's currently at the Bow Street Jail.
Hey, not bad. I owe you one, Detective.
He certainly does.
Wait, is he actually the guy? Did I get lucky just picking one? Or are we just putting someone in there and hoping for the best?
Can you tell me about Hannibal Kirkland?
Good worker. Mostly kept to himself. Real shame what happened to him.
Do you know if anyone here disliked Kirkland?
Enough to want him dead?
Hopefully the settlement is quite large. You'd hope so.
But everyone around
Especially because, like, he was driving without insurance and everything, right?
Head down, didn't bother nobody.
Do you know what he did outside of work?
No idea. I only ever saw him here.
You said Kirkland was a good worker?
Am I wanting to know? No. I'm sure I'll find
I
out.
don't think he'd ever missed work before.
Did he have any personal effects?
I'm sure we'll find
area
out.
Where he worked?
He had a cabinet downstairs in the workers' changing area, just like everyone else. You can go take a look if you want, but I don't think the police found anything. Kirkland's cabinet is the third one from the left.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
The who?
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 men over the past 4 months.
Is that right? Never heard of him.
He may have killed one of your men. Weren't the police here asking about it?
Oh, is that what that was all about? I know they came poking around here a while back, but I was busy dealing with other things.
It's nice to see the lines of communication here are wide open.
How long have you been the foreman here?
Sometimes I think it's been too long. Things were so much easier before we got these machines. They keep saying they're supposed to improve our lives, but they've been nothing but trouble. I've already had 5 of my best men get mangled by some of them. And then there's these damn fools blowing things up. My hair wasn't this gray 5 years ago, you know. I swear one of these days, I'm just going to pack it all up and retire. Let someone else deal with these damn things.
I'll be going.
I love this man. This man is pretty funny. Actually, all the time, like, my jokes about what they look like, the portraits look like aside, all the characters have been fantastic. I've loved talking to all of them.
At least having a heater down here manages to keep things warm. I remember the changing rooms at the police station were always ice cold.
Gents, please stop shaving in the showers. The cleaning lady almost tore my head off. She says the drains can't take the hair, Mims. Wait, what did he say what the... Shit, did he say what the combination was?
Sounds like there's someone in there. If you weren't so bashful, I'd suggest joining in. You could certainly use it.
Mr. Mims, a word if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, what is it?
Would you happen to know the combination to Hannibal Kirkland's cabinet?
No. Every worker sets their own combination, and I don't ask for it.
What happens if they were to forget it?
Well, I have them come up with some sort of personal reminder and keep those in a file.
And do you still have Kirkland's?
I'll give it to you as soon as we're done talking.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your way
Yeah,
out.
you tell me now.
There you go. You're lucky I only...
What other monsters they have? New rules? What's the last thing you fought?
Just preparing for the future.
I did the... I did the first, like, the one where they got me to trap the little thing. Like, the very first thing in the post-game stuff. And then I just fought the Conga Lala and the Lala Brainer again, and then I stopped. I didn't actually go very far into the post-game stuff. I was very tired. Firebird, yeah, the Firebird. The Shipwreck, the Red and White, the Sign. Shipwreck, 4. Red and White is 4. 0, 0, 4. Six. 0, 4, 6, 0. I don't. Right, 0, 4, 6. It was 0, 4, 6 as well. I was right. I'm really interested to see what else comes up. I guess that my big problem is I don't want to get obsessed with it and not do my YouTube. I've got so much YouTube stuff to do.
That's disappointing.
Not completely empty. There's something at the bottom here.
Because I would very easily get obsessed with... I would very easily get obsessed with Monster Hunter right now. But we're too busy. We're too busy, guys. The Gilded Lily. 12 refined ladies in waiting. All sizes. Petite, skinny, buxom, special. Present this handbill and 50 shillings for normal 1 crown treat. 45 something, Petticoat Lane, Chumley. Welcome.
It seems our friend Hannibal had a few extracurricular activities after all.
Way more optional quests. Yeah, I started doing some of the optional quest stuff.
Such a pretty flower could cause such an inconvenience. The answer to that question is me, in case you were wondering. Flowers bring nothing but trouble. Trouble and snot.
That's enough, Bill. We need to get a move on.
I hadn't done any of the side quests until after the main story was done. I hadn't even fished. I knew I had the fishing net and everything, or the fishing rod and everything. I hadn't even fished. The people out there, Hunter rank 180. You fished? I fished after the post game. Me? I know, right? Not fished.
Well, hello there, handsome. Welcome to the Gilded Lily.
These grapes look
Come over here
amazing.
and tell me what kind of pleasure it is you're looking for.
Not someone with an eye patch, lady.
I'm here for business, not pleasure.
Oh, well, that's just a shame, isn't it?
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. And you are?
You can call me Serafina. I'm in charge of this establishment.
You won't mind if I take a look around or ask you some questions?
As long as you keep to the front room, you can do whatever you like. Beyond that, you're gonna have to pay.
Maybe it's best if you leave this part out when you tell Adelaide about the case later.
Why?
What a charming statue. Wouldn't she get cold fetching water in that state of undress? Oh, my virgin eyes. You certainly won't find art like that at
With
the
virgin
National Gallery.
eyes.
Looks nervous. Wonder if this is his first time. I'm not too familiar with places like this, but I believe that's where the fun happens. If you've got the crowns for it.
Madame, where is Ruby?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
Okay. This is just Majima. This is Majima, guys.
Do you know anything about the Justice Killer?
Majima's just a prostitute
I
now.
normally associate with killers.
Are you sure you don't know anything? He's the reason I'm here.
Well, I can assure you I know nothing about your murderer. If the trail has led you here, it's surely just coincidence.
Yeah, she seems awfully certain of that. It's a good thing we don't believe in coincidences.
Sarah Majima. I think he has a female name. What was his female name? Majima, female. Gorumi! She's called Gorumi. I'm not even joking. It's in Kiwami when he's trying to... God, yeah, when he's trying to fight you all the time. And one of the ways he does it is pretending to be a lady. There you go. God fucking damn. So he dresses up as a lady, calls himself Gorumi. fucking Majima.
Did you have a man named Hannibal Kirkland as a client?
I make it my practice not to learn the names of any customers here, Mr. Fordham. I hate to disappoint anyone who comes through those doors, but discretion is paramount in this business.
Well, at least you know you can trust these women with your secrets.
It's pretty close. More like Gorumi! Don't you dare! He gives us a pole dance. It's very sexy, ABC.
Do
Very.
you by chance have a girl named Ruby in your service?
Ruby? Yes, she's one of our newest girls. She's not in any sort of trouble, is she?
Not at all. I merely wanted to speak with her.
Well, she should be in the dressing room. If you go through the rear door and follow the hallway down, it's the last door on the left.
I see. Thank you. Did you know Percival McDonough?
The politician? I knew who he was, but never met him personally.
He was seeing Ruby, wasn't he?
Not regularly, no. In fact, his first and only visit with her was yesterday.
Were you aware that he was murdered shortly after that?
I had no idea. How terrible.
Yes, it is terrible. This means she's lost a potential repeat customer.
This is a lovely establishment you have. And such a nice name, too.
Thank you, my dear. It wasn't always called the Gilded Lily, though. We were formerly known as Le Maison de Tolérance.
What inspired the name change?
Ah, that's a bit of a long story. Not worth getting into.
How long have you been operating?
Going on 25 years. Business has been good. There's a reason this is the world's oldest profession, you know.
I mean, true.
So,
True.
How did you get into this business?
Like many of the other girls, it was the best of some bad options. I had no interest in being beholden to a husband. I may be a fallen woman, but better to fly and fall than to have your wings clipped.
Do you enjoy the work?
It's a job like any other, Mr. Fordham. There are good days and there are bad days. But my girls are my family. We take care of each other. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
Of course, my dear. So this is the door I'm going through, yeah.
Oh, hello. Did Serafina send you back here for me?
Yes, but not for the usual reasons. I'm a private investigator. My name is Miles Fordham. Ruby, I presume?
Yes, that's right. What do you need from me?
Just some information.
Well, I'll do my best.
The girls here don't get much in the way of a dressing area. Still, something is better than nothing, I suppose. The girls here don't get... I'm guessing this is where most of the girls keep their personal belongings. Doesn't seem to offer much in the way of privacy.
We're going right up to this painting. More bit of news.
Lily, 1809 to 1843. I wonder what happened to her. No lilies? Seems like a missed opportunity. That's a nice locket for being such a cheap piece of jewelry.
Right, I've written that down. And not much privacy.
Cut down in her prime. I can relate.
In her prime, she was like 40. What the fuck are you talking about? She wasn't quite 40, but she was old.
So, Ruby.
Yes?
Total card to some dude. Her boyfriend knows. She inspected it and wants 3,800. But he wants 1,800 deposit.
Have you heard of the Justice Killer?
Damn.
No, I don't believe so.
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 victims, mostly men from Chumley.
Oh dear. That sounds dreadful. Is that what you're investigating?
It is. Do you know anyone who might have some information about him?
I don't. Sorry I can't be more help.
Did you ever have a client named Hannibal Kirkland?
No, that name doesn't sound familiar. Sorry.
Do you know Ennis Bowditch?
Bowditch? Didn't think I'd be hearing that name again.
As I understand it, he was seeing your friend, the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
Yeah, that's right. Annabelle. She broke things off with him a while ago, though.
So she said. Did you ever know him to be violent?
Violent? The bastard nearly beat Annabelle's brains in once. Why do you think she chucked him?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
At least she had the good sense to get rid of him.
Perhaps we should go confirm this newly discovered fact with Annabelle.
Did you ever meet a man named Burley Cause?
No, I never met him, but one of the other girls had him as a client. I remember because she was laughing about his name. He wasn't very burly, if you get my meaning.
Right. Are you familiar with Reggie Willingham?
Oh, him? He had to be banned from here.
Really? What happened?
He got way too rough with one of the girls. She ended up shying.
So is this gonna be...
Dear Lord.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't too fond of boundaries.
Is this gonna be like people getting killed for beating up women?
Murdered?
What? Oh, well, now I feel terrible for saying good riddance. I meant...
I think I know what you meant, Ruby. It's fine. You met recently with Percival McDonough, is that right?
How did you know that? I thought he was meant to keep those sorts of things private.
He had your name written down in his calendar.
And you found me here based on that?
Well, I am a detective.
Suppose that's true. Anyway, yes. I only met him the one time. There wasn't anything remarkable about him. After we finished, he got all emotional about his wife, but I could hardly understand what he was saying. I hate it when they cry afterwards.
That's a rather nice portrait. Who's the subject?
Oh, that's Lily. Before my time. Serafina knows loads about her. Even changed the name of this place in her honor. You might try asking her if you want to know more.
How long have you been in this business?
Only a few months.
Why, miss?
Used to work at a kitchen, but then they brought in some of those new automated machines.
Ah, sadly familiar story.
Sorry, I have to pay attention to when they're talking because I can't hear them today.
Obsolete by steam tech. Cold steel can never replace a warm touch.
Let's just hope that's true.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Some people might like fucking cold steel. Again, didn't your niece like total her car? Was that what happened to your niece's car? I vaguely remember you talking about her accident, but I don't remember what was wrong with that car. I'm so bad with cars, guys. I love cars, but I'm not very good with them. Mainly because I've never owned one or had to think about them. Oh, the transmission is bad. Got a code, but I don't know what this code is going to be for. Accident was the year before. I'm living a year behind. I'll catch up soon, Dogma. They totaled that one. See, I remember that. I didn't remember anything else about this new car. Game-wise, though, what's going on is I think the victims are linked because they beat women. Because we're in a place called the Gilded Lily, and all of these men seem to have come here, and they all seem to have attacked women at some point. But also, I'm about to go on my break, and I really need to piss. So we're gonna piss. Transmission is short. That fucking sucks. Is 3,800 a lot for that? Again, I don't really know. But that's a big fucking deposit she has to put down. Like, that's a fucking massive deposit. But I'll be back. I really need a pee. I drank Coke, so I need a pee. That it always is with fictional.
Oh my god, this is the dancing pickles.
Fictional, did you really want to do that?
What is happening?
It's the robot. Shut the door, Fix, shut the door. Yes, welcome to the wall of pickles. Where is the wait, are the pickles on the floor now? Wait. Something seems to have gone wrong. No, I just got pickles out of a jar.
What?
Lonely pickles. They're literally called lonely pickles. Well. I can't see anything. Oh.
That's a big jar of pickles.
Yeah, I all I can see is pickles. I'm going.
Just remember there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah. You hear that, Dogma? You hear that? When you come back, we've got like 5 different ways to skin you.
I told you. You have to wait.
Dogma, seriously, get back in there. What if my pickles?
Oh my god.
You're gonna lose some pickles if you don't get that cat on your...
You think I can control the cat? I can't hear anything over the pickles.
What? Pickles.
All I can hear are pickles.
What? I can't hear you with the pickles.
What? I can't hear you over the pickles.
The pickles are too loud. Can you speak up? I can't hear you.
This way. No. No! That's just backstab!
I'll grab these ones.
Alright, everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, we are all gonna pass away with our favorite pickles in hand.
I got a jetpack, so I'll be safe, right?
Piccola.
9 hours of pickles.
9 hours of pickling.
9 hours of pickles.
We're dying with the pickles. We don't have enough money to make quotas, so we might as well just die with the pickles. Goodbye, pickles. I can literally see them being sucked off into space.
Been acting strange all day.
Please just come. And don't forget your talisman. You must wear it always.
But a woman has to ask you to please come now.
Love.
You're doing something wrong, my dude.
Love will set you free. Love means never having to say you're sorry. I realized that I loved you more than everything. More than the sunrise. I thought the pain in my soul would never heal. But you make me feel human. I got lost in you. And that kind of loss exactly like being.
I'm back. I went and got my other Coke. It's for extra mission, radiator, brake pads, caliper's gasket, blah. How much just to get the transmission back? Right. Just still over 2k. Problem is she needs to save and get the money because she can't get a line of credit. I'm not allowing it, right. Sorry, I've also run up and down the stairs, so I'm out of breath. My cardio is poor right now. I ran up the stairs, so I'm out of breath. You're gonna have to feel this out on her own. I was like, you sounded winded. Yeah. I'm working on that, though. I'm doing a lot of exercises again. I stopped through most of February because of depression, but I'm back on doing exercises to run out credit. I know, I'm so unhealthy right now. I'm working on it, though. I'm nearly down to, well, not 18 stone, but in the 18 stone region. I'm 19-1. Hannah, get your breath. You know, the thing is, I didn't feel it until I sat down and started reading either. That was the funny thing. Like, I was fine, and then I sat down and started reading, and I was like, oh my god, I can't breathe. Like a proper fucking fat person. But no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Like, if she already owes you a lot of money, like, at the end of the day, it is just one of those things, right? It sucks, but it's just, it's the way it goes. You've got a family as well to look after. You can't just be giving money out willy-nilly. It's hard, but it's understandable. Right. Now that I've nearly killed myself with exercise for the day. God damn.
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
Could you tell me about the young lady in the portrait hanging in the back room?
I don't know where I'm going after this.
Lily Peterson. She was a wonderful woman and a great friend.
What happened to her?
It's a rather tragic story, Mr. Fordham. I'd rather not go into too much detail. The short version is this. She was with a client who got...
Yeah, so, like, she's called Lily, and they're leaving Lily's at the scene of the crime, so it must be someone that got upset at men killing women, which should be every man, should be every person.
I haven't even been able to get rid of her box of things.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Serafina.
Thank you, dear. It was especially awful given Lily's past. Her sister died at the hands of her...
It could be this lady, then. This lady could be the killer.
Some people just can't escape tragedy, no matter how...
That is fucking true.
Something tells me these deaths are significant. It might be a good idea to learn as much as we can about Lily Peterson.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
Okay, well, I know I've got to go back to the coffee house. So, the lady at the coffee house... She was dating one of the victims and got beaten up. I know down in the docks, there's a guy called Samuel we're gonna want to talk to. I don't think we have any reason to go back here yet, but that's... I mean, we could go back and ask Snelling if he knows about... Let's go back to Snelling and see if he knows anything. She's got to learn to deal with this herself, like I had to. Hear her guidance before all this, but now she sees why I suggested so much so early. Yeah.
Chief Snelling?
Yes.
Sometimes the sad thing is you do need a fail to ever learn from your mistakes, right? Like, it's one of the things I've talked to Ash... Ow, I just hurt myself. I talked to Ash a lot about when she's like... like the stuff with her dad and stuff. She doesn't like that she has to live with her dad so much now. And I'm like, well, you did that to yourself. Everyone warned you about it. But it wasn't until you made that mistake and saw for yourself that, you know, using your dad as an, you know, as a threat to your mum, it's gonna backfire to you. Everyone told you it would backfire to you, but I told you until you see that, you're not gonna realize it's gonna backfire. And now she's learned not to use her dad as a threat to her mum, because her mum just shipped her off to her dad and she doesn't like it, you know? But you have to learn. Like, we all have to learn, like, on our own. You can't just learn from other people telling you all the time. And the worst thing is, like, the people, like, rich kids and stuff, when their parents just buy them out of trouble all the time, they never learn, you know?
You recall a murder involving a woman named Lily Peterson about a year ago?
Lily Peterson?
Oh, she died only a year ago.
That name does sound familiar. Of course, the prostitute murder. That wasn't one of yours, was it?
No.
The prostitute murder? That wasn't one of mine?
As I recall, the woman was beaten severely by one of her clients, who escaped and was never found. She died a few days later in the hospital.
Fucking sad.
How is this of any relevance, exactly?
That's what I'm trying to piece together. Did you know that Lily Peterson had a sister who was killed some 16 years ago?
I didn't. Are you suggesting that's related somehow?
I think it is. Would you be able to get me the case file?
What was the victim's name?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That might be a bit more difficult, unless you can give me more details.
I'll try my best.
Very well. What year did you say the case was from?
Fuck! Fuck, what year is it? Fuck! Experience is the harshest but most valuable teacher, yeah. Like, it's one of the things, right, when I tell people, like, I remember a lot of people in my life have been kind of weirded out by how open I am about some stuff in my life, and I'm like, the thing is, you can tell your story as much as you want to help people feel they're not alone, but until people go through things themselves, they'll never understand what you're saying anyway. But being able to show that, like, things happen and you can grow from it, it helps people who feel like there's no going forward in a situation to know that people have gone forward with it. And it's the same with, like, life experiences. Like, it doesn't matter how much I tell my niece about things I did or Catherine tells her about things she did, because, like, Catherine had a criminal record when she was a teenager. It got, she didn't, like, have to go to juvie or do anything, but she got caught shoplifting, when she was a teen. And, it was on her record till she was 18 because, like, they pardoned her after that because she didn't do it again. She genuinely didn't. She shoplifted when we were kids because of my dad. And when she got caught, she was like, this isn't worth it, right? But, like, there's nothing Catherine could tell Ash about that if Ash wanted to go out and be a shoplifter, that Ash wouldn't go out and do it. You know, like, it doesn't matter how much we tell someone about our stories, until they get consequences to their actions, they'll always just think, well, it's not gonna happen to me. Well, this is gonna be different for me, you know? Oof. Yeah, my dad used to refuse to get us, like, anything, so we weren't, like, my mum wasn't really allowed to buy us, like, period pads or deodorant. We weren't allowed underwear and stuff. So Catherine got so angry as a teenager, she used to go out and steal it for herself instead. I just allowed people to bully me, and it was like, well, there's nothing I can fucking do about it. And my other sister, the crazy one that died, she was just like, she reveled in it. She fucking loved being a victim. So, like, yeah. Sorry, my ear is now itchy, so I'm itching my ear. It was a weird part of the conversation to go quiet in, but my ear got very itchy. Nah. 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 Alright. as has been proven, I don't actually know what year we're in. Do not tell me, though, because I know where I can find it out. But I'm gonna guess... I think it's this one, because I think the year ends in 4.
It was 16 years ago, so 1828.
Right. And who was the detective assigned to the case?
I don't know.
You realize that will make it significantly more difficult to find the file.
Perhaps we'll get lucky.
And what was the victim's official cause of death?
I don't know.
Don't know.
That's really not going to be much help. All right. I'll have a look and see if I find anything.
I'll go and find more information out, don't worry.
There's nothing I can see that matches the information you gave me. I suggest you get your details in order before you attempt to waste my time again.
Alright, calm down. Fucking... I don't have any words. I was gonna swear at him, didn't have any words for it. Right, is she gonna give me some more information?
We've exhausted her knowledge.
No. Guessing Ruby's not gonna tell me anything. She said she didn't know anything. Oh?
So, Ruby.
Yes?
Serafina told me that Lily's possessions are still here. Do you know where they're kept?
Yeah, in that cabinet over there. Lily had a special place in Serafina's heart. I don't think she has the nerve to get rid of this stuff yet.
Do you think I could take a look through it?
Oh, I don't know.
Serafina never has to know. I promise I'll only look, not touch.
If I had a crown for every time I'd heard that.
Shut up, lady!
Alright. As long as you keep your word and don't take anything from the box, I'll let you have a look. I'll get it for you after.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Thanks, love.
There you go. All yours for the browsing.
Let's see what we have in here.
February 11th, 18-something. Dear Miss Peterson, while it's unorthodox practice for a detective to maintain contact with the relatives of a victim after the case has been closed, your story has touched me on a deeper level. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you during this difficult time. I understand you have decided to take it upon yourself to raise your sister's son, and for that I commend and respect your strength of will. Again, do not hesitate to contact... Oh, is this the son? The son could now be, a suspect? As could this police officer, I guess?
Nice scarf. Impressively clean, too. Lily clearly took care of her things. That cheap ring must have had sentimental value, because otherwise there'd be no point in keeping it. These don't look too valuable. One of 3 buttons with an engraved lily on it. I wonder if they're just decorative or if they have some other purpose.
Oh, I've got it. 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3. Fuck yeah!
Well now, I think we just found ourselves a bonanza.
Aunt Lily, God knows I tried, but I couldn't let the bastard get away with his crime. I refused to watch you suffer the same fate as Mother. Justice had to be done. I've snuffed out his life, just as he tried to choke yours out of your body. The blood that stains this letter is his. As I write this, you're in a hospital bed, unconscious. I don't know if I'll ever be able to speak with you again, but I am placing this letter in your secret place, in the hope that you will someday be able to read it. In the meantime, I have discovered my true calling. I must dispense justice to those who harm innocent women. I have seen this cycle of violence go on for far too long. I have lost both my mother and aunt to violent men, and I must stop this from happening again. I spoke with Gloria, and she told me she had been violated by one of her clients, an ironworker named Hannibal Kirkland. I will observe his habits until the time is right to strike. After he is taken care of, I will find others and do the same. Until this wretched city is scrubbed clean. I need to send a message. Love to you always, maybe? I don't really... On purpose, you can't tell what that says. Okay. Let me just quickly get the...
Damn shame to be...
Oh, it's 1843. You know, I was right. It is 1844. I don't know why I remembered the 4.
So, Ruby,
Yes?
I found this letter inside a secret compartment in the box belonging to Lily. Do you know anything about it?
I thought we agreed you wouldn't take anything from there.
This is a special case. This letter's from Lily's nephew, the Justice Killer.
Oh, I see. Look, I've only been here a short time. I don't know anything about Lily or any killers or anything, I swear.
You know, I think she's telling the truth.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Thanks, love. I feel like I need to be... I need to be careful, I think, right now with what I say to people.
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may.
Right.
Serafina, what can you tell me about Lily's nephew?
Her nephew? I didn't know she had a nephew. Lily didn't talk much about her family, as you can probably imagine.
You're not lying to me, are you?
I have nothing to hide from you.
Except maybe the truth. But I don't think we have what we need to make her talk. If there even is anything that would make her talk.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
Okay. What was the... Gloria. Do we know a Gloria? I don't know if we know a Gloria. But I will put Gloria's name down just in case.
Begging your pardon, miss.
How can I help you, sir?
I spoke with your friend Ruby. She told me something quite disturbing.
What was that?
She said that Ennis had fits of violence, and that the reason you ended your relationship was because he hit you.
Why would she tell you that? That was my secret to tell, not hers. I thought we were friends.
It's obvious she cares about you. I was worried about your well-being.
Well, it hardly matters now Ennis is dead, does it?
But is it true? Did he raise his hand to you?
Yes. It is true. As I said before, something changed in him. I have no idea what, but I had to get away.
I see. Thank you for your honesty. I'm sorry you had to experience what you did. I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, sir.
The problem I have is I don't remember if they said something. You're getting a lot of dinner, Yarrow. A lot of dinner.
No use bothering him again if you've got nothing to ask about.
Keep up the good work,
Oh, nice! You'll be able to get some fucking work done, right? Like, you won't have to wait around all the time.
Excuse me, Gerard?
Yeah?
Would you happen to know anything about the Redites?
I heard some of the other men talking about them, but I don't ask too many questions. Seems to me they just a bunch of angry and confused people with no other way to express themselves than lashing out. I admit I feel sorry for them.
You're not worried about Steam Tech putting you out of a job?
Nah. Machines can only do so much. You still need a man to make them work or to fix them when they're broke. I think them Redites are just making a big fuss over nothing.
Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate the information.
Not a problem, boss.
That wasn't helpful at all. Zero help. Maybe she was shot.
Chief.
Yes.
I can.
What year?
It was
right.
It was Lester Barnett.
Right. He was quite active in those days. And what was the victim's official cause of death?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go to. I know what. Yo, Cabron.
It was strangulation.
All right. I'll have a look and see if I find anything.
They tried, Anna. They tried.
Ah, yes. Here we are. This should be a match. Have a look.
Here we are.
So we have our killer's last name and possible first name, assuming he's the same man Linda Walker talked about. Perhaps it's time to ask about him at the docks.
She even said she's gonna stagger in order on the main part. That way, once I'm done with the first 1,000 that come in, possibly 500,000 more will come in the month behind it. See, that's smart. That's smart. At least someone's using their fucking brain. How are you doing, Cabron? Case file number 3211420. Date March 30th, 1828. Victim's name Liam Collins, Daisy Collins. Victim ages 37 and 34. Cause of death, gunshot, self-inflicted, strangulation. Report. Police were notified after a neighbor heard shouting and general commotion from the Collins apartment. Upon arrival, they found Daisy Collins in the living room with clear signs of strangulation. In the bedroom, they found Liam Collins, the apparent victim of a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. Searching the rest of the apartment, officers found a young child aged approximately 4 years old hiding in a closet. The child did not respond to questions and was visibly upset. Detective Lester Barnett conducted an investigation and determined that Liam Collins attacked his wife, likely under the influence of alcohol, and accidentally caused her death. Upon realizing what he had done, he used his own pistol to take his life. The child has been taken into police custody and is awaiting transfer to an orphanage if no next of kin is located. All right. Why is it summer, though? I do have my window open. I see her scalp melting off. This reminds me of yesterday when we were watching, Repo. And the woman goes to sing on stage and does a twirl and her face just falls off. It's scorching. It's not that warm here, but it is warm enough to have my window open. It's not freezing cold anymore.
You again? What do you need?
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know a man named Samuel Collins?
Yes, I do. He's one of my workers.
Is he working today?
No, it's his day off. Why do you ask?
I'm very interested in speaking with him. Could you tell me where I can find him?
I don't just give out information on my men to strangers. What reason do you have for wanting to speak with him?
I believe he may be involved in some serious crimes.
Is that right? And what are these serious crimes, exactly?
don't know if I want to be honest with him.
I believe Samuel's the Justice Killer.
What? That's absolutely preposterous. You've got quite some imagination.
About Sam?
Yes? What about him? You've made a rather
I believe he's stealing money from you and your business.
What? Do you have proof of this?
No, I guess I don't.
Stop.
About Samuel?
Yes? What
I believe...
What? From who?
The Hanbrook Flower Shop. He stole several orders of Easter lilies.
The Hanbrook Flower Shop? They're not one of my customers. I only sell to wholesalers.
A minor detail. The point remains that your man's a burglar.
That's quite a serious claim. What proof do you have?
You can hear it straight from the man who works at the shop that was burgled.
Well, where is he then?
Wait here just a moment.
Unlawful exorcism, streaking and pretending to be the Pope. Ah, he was Johnny English all
I'm
along.
wondering if you might help me with something. Could you please tell the shipping manager over there about the burglaries at your flower shop?
Certainly.
Go ahead, Mr. Hastings.
Right. It all started around 5 months ago. And he didn't come around again after that night.
Thank you, Mr. Hastings. That'll do.
Now tell me!
Fine. I hate to lose 2 of my men in such a short amount of time, but if he's done wrong, I can't just stand by. Samuel lives in Chumley, at 210 Abattoir Row.
Thank you, sir. You may have just saved several lives.
But I'm going to have to spend several crowns in order to get things back to normal.
Is
Now,
burgled a real word?
Excuse me.
Yeah! It means someone's stolen from you. To burgle? Did I just get play? I completely ignored what he said. Do. Tuberculosis. Wait, what? Oh. 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 It was my burgling of their chat. You can burgle my chat. They don't have much. That's a Hamburglar. I have the Hamburglar color scheme. I do. And I would steal your hamburgers if I knew how to. Spooky, creepy murder boy. Hell. Spooky, creepy murder boy. I want a hamburger. I just want a hamburger VTuber. There must be a VTuber out there that's a talking hamburger.
Yes? I'm Terrence Shackley from the Labor Department. I wanted to ask you some questions about your employer at the docks.
Yo, he's here robbed?
Of course.
I guess it's probably more period, right? They probably would have said burgled in the time period this game is trying to match. They say robbed here, like it's not a British thing or anything either.
We did something similar at the Houses of Parliament with Mr. McDonough.
So, you're Fordham, the one who was snooping around at the Gilded Lily.
Indeed. We meet again, Mr. Collins.
Of course. The rooftop. I'm sorry about what happened to your partner. It wasn't my intent for him to die.
Oh, he's sorry, is he? Is that supposed to make things better?
I suppose
I think burglary is a home invasion. Yeah.
I admit I didn't think it would be this
To be
soon.
burgled is to steal into someone's house. This is our murderer? This guy? This guy is killing people? This fucking guy? God fucking damn.
Assumptions are like souffles. Making them seems like a good idea, but they soon prove to be more trouble than they're worth.
What the fuck are you talking about? I know I chose that one.
So you're not planning to arrest me? That makes sense.
Arresting you wouldn't be proper justice. You've taken so many lives.
No, arrest him. Please arrest him.
One of those men deserves.
We're gonna go to jail if we don't arrest this man.
Why do you say that? None of those men killed anyone.
No. What they did was far worse.
I can't hear this guy either.
Unforgivable. I had to make sure justice was done.
I understand your reasons, but that doesn't mean your actions were justified. You need to pay for your crimes, one way or another.
My crimes? What about theirs? If not for me, they would have gotten away with them.
There are other ways of upholding justice, Collins. Ways that don't involve mass murder.
The system is broken. Criminals get away all the time, you know that.
Only too well. But you comprehend my situation. You understand my reasons for doing what I do.
Understanding is not the same as approval.
But it is the first step.
Is this bastard really suggesting what I think he is?
All I ask is that you allow me to continue my work in peace.
No!
You asked me to look the other way once before, and I refused.
Yes, and it cost your partner's life.
Well, this time it's just you and me, and I'm still not going to let you off. You're out of your mind if you think I'm going to just let you keep killing.
Damn right, Miles. This has to end.
Then you leave me no choice.
Fordham, are you all right?
Is that Snelling?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank God you're a better shot than I was.
So, this is our justice killer?
That's right.
I suppose congratulations are in order. You did well in finding him.
Thank you, Chief Snelling. I'm glad we were finally able to work together.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you weren't so brash as to confront him without notifying me first. Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Now then, I'll go get the other officers so we can lock down the scene and remove the body. Wait here.
Quite a night, eh, Bill? Bill? Are you there? Bill? Oh.
2 weeks later. Damn, Bill got a nice fucking grave. What is this? The main difference between robbery and burglary is that burglary involves entering a structure with the intent to commit a theft. Robbery doesn't necessarily involve entering a structure. Instead, robbery is a crime of stealing someone else's property by means of force of fear. Basic white guy, the perfect killer. Welcome home, Lel. How are you feeling?
So, it's finally over.
What happened to
I have
Bill?
admit, it's been strange not hearing you.
He got his
Never in a million years did I think I would actually miss it.
his happy
The
end.
important thing is you've moved on, and I got what I was looking for. I'm starting up my own private detective agency, you know. Addie and Upton are going to be my partners.
What? There's a graph here that you can't see that I'm pretty sure says we're glad he's dead.
I brought you a little something.
You can't see it because of my thing, but I'm pretty sure it says
Not
we're
much,
glad
but
he's dead.
I thought you might appreciate it. Thank you for all your help, Bill. I truly would have been lost without it. Bill, wake up! Your grave is on fire! Well, I thought it was funny. Goodbye, old friend. I love you.
Yeah, I've seen people talk about that a lot. People seem to forget he killed someone. I don't care if you agree with why he killed someone. This weird thing about people wanting to sleep with murderers is very fucking strange. Yo, we did it! Oh, this music is cool. In that last Chivo. Thank you. I don't know what the last Chivo would have been. Okay, so it didn't come up again. So when I randomly went and I arrested someone, did I get the right person, or does it just not matter which one we go to? I do want to know that. I thought maybe it would come up a little later or something, but I do want to know whether or not I got the right person by pure accident, that it was just in the area that I would have clicked on to begin with. I got the right one by chat. I only did it because it was so close to everything else. You can get a clue that points you there. I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm such a fucking idiot. Yo, luck was on my side though. No, it was literally just because the other two were so far out of town, and I was like, well, if we have to go and talk to all of them, I might as well start at the bottom and go up. Lucky dumbass. I got an Abe. I don't know what to do now, guys. Thankfully, there's always hope. Hope that the bear will just press the right thing by sheer coincidence. I really like this. This was a fantastic game. This was like an 11 out of 10 game. I'm so excited for Rosewater. I know Rosewater is going to be a little different. Rosewater isn't necessarily going to be like a mystery game. It's set in the Wild West and it's going to be more of like an adventure, but I'm very looking forward to it. He writes very interesting stories by the look of it. I can't even hear the fucking music. Wow. 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 Wait, I can't believe you'd shout at a bear like that. Finish other games you started. Yes! Dogma, I completely forgot we need to finish Broken Sword. I don't know if that was the game you were hinting at, but yes, that's exactly what I need to be doing, is finishing Broken Sword. I said I'd do that after Lamplight. So we're gonna finish that Broken Sword. Completely forgotten about it. I wasn't hinting. Well, by pure accident, you got the right answer too. We did it together. Not that pirate game. What, you want to see Majima Pirates? I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little disappointed with that game. It's fun, it's interesting, but like it's so hand-holdy that I'm like 10 hours in and I'm still in the tutorial and it's getting kind of boring. Less despair and more hope. It's a hopeful day. I'm not gonna lie, I was just gonna put Monster Hunter on if I couldn't think of anything else. But we need to finish Broken Sword. And I need to stop being a fish. Ba, 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 ba. That's the point. Now you're home, Leo. Are you just gonna sit and play Monster Hunter? You're a fish. I am. I'm a little yellow fish in a deep blue sea. Somebody help me. Boda 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 bum 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 bum. You live in an I don't think we have any the only game I need to finish at the minute is 30 minutes to 30 minutes to midnight. And we're never finishing that game on stream, I don't think. I genuinely did not enjoy the last 2 streams of it at all. What fish am I? I hope you're a humma. You have your well, Yakuza is Wednesday, Thursday games. Broken Sword we're gonna finish. Yakuza's gonna be Wednesday, Thursday. We got 30 minutes to midnight. Which, as I say, I don't genuinely feel like I'm gonna finish that. That game was so fucking bad. I might finish it off stream. So that I have the ending, so I can make a review about how bad it is. Do I have more Zero Escape? That's on Saturdays, though. I can't not do that on Saturdays, because it wouldn't be fair on Fictional, and it wouldn't be fair on Avia, who is currently not here still. I don't think she's on her cruise anymore. She might be on her cruise. I don't actually know when her cruise ends. Bloopers? Oh, they always have bloopers in these kind of games. There's so many of them. I'm not gonna go through all of them.
I thought we was friends. Oh, that was my secret to tell, not hers. I thought we were friends.
See, this is why you can never go to the UK.
I know. Oh, forget it.
I can't really hear them.
In the middle, see? God, this bird's annoying.
It was like 6 days starting Thursday, remember, so maybe tomorrow she'll be back, yeah. Heyo. That's Papucia, for people that didn't know. I wish I could even sketch like this. I'd love to have sketches like this. Oh, the book was in a different color. Oh, that's so cool. That's the states as I recall them. I was not too far off of what he ended up being. Spooky house. I quite like this version of his apartment. That's pretty cool. State these nuts! You think you'd like to be a Vespuccian? Where would you be? Are you Appalachia? Vespucci? Dark green? Yeah, that's Appalachia. How are you doing, Lau? How are you doing with your D's nuts and all that? Right, let's quit this. Maybe it would have been brown. Is it because she's from Florida? Why did I say Florida? Florida, so weird. I don't fucking know. Ah! I am tired. I'm back pain. Oh, buddy, go lie on the floor for a bit. Stretch out your back a little. You know that we need a humma redeem. Do you want one of those fish on my shoulders or something? Or like, if you accept your Floridan side is canon. I love the fact that yesterday she DM'd me saying, I read your DM and then got very drunk, so I'll read it today and reply in a second, and then she never replied to me, and I was like, my message to her was, Avi, you're on a cruise, don't fucking